Imagine waking up exactly 7 days from today and realizing that your entire reality has shifted. The heavy weight on your chest is gone. The bank account that usually causes you anxiety is now a source of excitement. The opportunities that seemed to run away from you are now chasing you. This is not a fantasy. This is not wishful thinking. This is the result of understanding a specific mechanism in your mind that 95% of the population ignores. Most people live their entire lives walking in circles, repeating the same year over and over again, thinking they are living a life, when in reality, they are just running a program. Today, we are going to break that program. We are going to dive into the teachings of the late Bob Proctor, a man who spent more than half a century decoding the laws of the universe and the potential of the human mind. Bob Proctor was not just a motivational speaker, he was a master of the paradigm shift.
He taught us that you do not get what you want, you get what you are. And if you can change who you are at a subconscious level, the world around you must change to match it. It is a law. It is as real as gravity. If you let go of a pen, it falls. If you change your vibration, your life shifts. But here is the catch, and this is why most people fail. They try to force the world to change without changing the frequency they are broadcasting. It is like trying to watch a specific television channel, but refusing to pick up the remote and type in the number. You can scream at the television all day, but until you tune in to the frequency, the picture will remain static. Let us have an honest conversation right now. How many times have you set a goal, maybe to earn a specific amount of money, say 10,000 United States dollars a month, or to find a perfect partner, and you started with high energy? You bought the books, you watched the videos, you wrote it down.
But then, 3 days later, or maybe 3 weeks later, you found yourself right back where you started. You felt foolish for even trying. Bob Proctor called this the paradigm. A paradigm is a multitude of habits that are fixed in your subconscious mind. It is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over your habitual behavior. And here is the scary part. Almost all of your behavior is habitual. You wake up the same way, you brush your teeth the same way, you drive the same route, and you think the same thoughts. This paradigm is like a thermostat in your home. If the thermostat is set to 68 degrees and you try to heat up the room by lighting a fire, the temperature might rise to 72 or 75 degrees for a moment. But the second that fire goes out, the thermostat kicks in, the air conditioning turns on, and it brings you right back down to 68 degrees. Your financial life works the exact same way.
You might hustle, work overtime, and make an extra 2,000 United States dollars this month. But if your internal financial thermostat is set to struggle, something will happen. The car will break down. You will get a fine. You will lose the money or spend it foolishly, and you will find yourself right back at your set point. Bob Proctor spent his life teaching people how to reset that thermostat. To manifest a new reality in 7 days, you have to stop fighting the external results and start hacking the internal cybernetic mechanism. This brings us to the concept of the stick person, a diagram Bob Proctor made famous. Picture a circle representing your head and a smaller circle below it representing your body. The head is divided into 2 parts. The top half is your conscious mind. This is where you think, reason, and accept or reject ideas. This is where your intellect lives. The bottom half is your subconscious mind. This is your emotional mind. It cannot reject anything. It cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. This is the key. Whatever you impress upon the subconscious mind with emotion, the body must express in action. Now, before we go deeper into how to rewrite this script, I have a small favor to ask. If you are finding value in this conversation, if something inside you is saying, yes, this makes sense, please take a second to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. It might seem like a small click to you, but it sends a powerful signal that helps us bring this knowledge to more people who are ready to wake up. It is an energy exchange, and we appreciate you being part of this community. Thank you. Let us get back to the subconscious. Most people let their outside world control their inside world. They look at their bank account, see a low number, and they feel worry and fear.
That fear is impressed upon the subconscious. The subconscious then causes the body to vibrate at a frequency of lack.
That vibration dictates how you act, how you speak, and what you attract. It is a vicious cycle. You look at the result, you feel bad, you create more of the bad result. To shift this in 7 days, you must ignore the current reality. This sounds irrational, I know. How can you ignore a bill that is due? You do not ignore the responsibility, but you ignore the emotional impact of it. You have to live from the inside out. Bob Proctor often referenced the great Napoleon Hill and his book Think and Grow Rich. One of the main concepts is that thoughts are things, but not just any idle thought, thoughts mixed with feeling. Science tells us about the reticular activating system in our brains. It is a filter. Right now, there are millions of bits of information around you that you are not noticing. The hum of the refrigerator, the feeling of your shirt on your back, the color of the wall. Your brain filters them out so you do not go crazy. Your reticular activating system only lets in what you believe is important. If you believe money is hard to get, your brain will literally blind you to opportunities that are right in front of your face. You could walk past $1 million idea and not see it because your paradigm says opportunities are scarce. However, when you start to impress a new idea into your subconscious, say the idea that money flows to you easily and frequently, your reticular activating system changes its filter. Suddenly, you hear a conversation in a coffee shop that leads to a business deal. You see an article that sparks an idea. You get an impulse to call an old friend, and that friend happens to have exactly what you need. It feels like magic, but it is biology and physics working in harmony. This is why the 7-day shift is possible. You are not creating something from nothing. You are simply tuning your receiver to a station that was already broadcasting.
Let us talk about money specifically, because this is where most people have the biggest blocks. We have been programmed with sayings like, money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy. If your subconscious mind associates money with being a bad person, you will never, ever retain it. You might attract it, but you will push it away because your prime directive is to be a good person. You have to rewrite that definition. Money is just a tool. It is an amplifier. If you are a good person, money allows you to do more good. If you are generous, money allows you to give more. Bob Proctor always said that you should love people and use money, never the other way around. He taught that you must become comfortable with the idea of wealth before you can physically hold it. Think about this. Why do you feel uncomfortable walking into a luxury store if you do not have the funds? No one is stopping you. The air is the same, but you feel out of place.
That is your vibration telling you that you do not belong there. To manifest in 7 days, you need to start vibrating at the level of the wish fulfilled right now. You need to mentally walk into that store, mentally drive that car, mentally see that balance in your account, and feel the relief and joy of it today. Here is a practical application, a challenge for the next 7 days. This is where the rubber meets the road. I want you to write a script for your life, but there are rules. You cannot write it in the future tense. You cannot say, I will have or I hope to get. You must write it in the present tense. I am so happy and grateful now that, and then fill in the blank. For example, I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning 5,000 United States dollars a month from multiple sources of income. I am so happy and grateful now that I am in perfect health and waking up full of energy. The second rule of this challenge is repetition. Bob Proctor was famous for reading the same book every day for 50 years. He listened to the same audio recordings thousands of times. Why? Because rewriting a paradigm takes repetition. It is like carving a path through a dense forest. Walking through it once leaves no trace. You have to walk back and forth hundreds of times until the path is clear and effortless. For the next 7 days, I want you to read your script out loud with emotion every single morning when you wake up and every single night before you sleep. But here is the secret ingredient. You must look at yourself in the mirror while you do it. Look into your own eyes. It will feel awkward at first. Your old paradigm will scream at you. It will say, this is a lie, you are broke, this is silly. Do it anyway. Push through that resistance. That resistance is the terror barrier. It is the wall that stops you from growth. When you approach the terror barrier, your nervous system reacts. You get sweaty palms, you feel anxious, you doubt yourself. Most people retreat to safety. They go back to what they know, even if what they know is misery. But on the other side of that barrier is your freedom. When you persist, when you stand in front of that mirror and declare your new truth despite the fear, you are crashing through the barrier. You are telling your subconscious mind who is in charge. After a few days, the anxiety turns into excitement. The doubt turns into expectation. Let us discuss the concept of the law of gender or the law of gestation. This universal law states that every seed has a gestation period. Ideas are spiritual seeds. When you plant this idea in your mind, there is a period of time before it manifests in the physical world. Just because you do not see the sprout above the soil on day 2 does not mean the seed is dead. It is working underground. Most people dig up the seed every morning to check if it is growing, and by doing so, they kill it.
Your job in these 7 days is to water the seed with faith and emotion, and trust the process. You do not need to know how it will happen. The how is not your job. The what is your job. The universe handles the how. Scientific studies on happiness and well-being show that people who have a sense of control over their lives are significantly happier and healthier. When you live by the law of attraction and understand your paradigms, you take back control. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the architect of your life. This reduces stress hormones like cortisol in your body, which actually clears your mind and makes you more intelligent and capable of solving problems. It is a positive feedback loop. You feel better, so you think better, so you act better, so you get better results, which makes you feel even better. Now, I want to address a common question. What if 7 days pass and the big miracle has not happened? Does that mean it failed? No.
It means you have started the momentum. Sometimes the manifestation in 7 days is the idea itself. It is the phone call, it is the sudden clarity on what you need to do next. Do not limit the universe by demanding it looks exactly how you imagined. It might look even better. Perhaps you ask for 500 United States dollars, and instead you got an opportunity that is worth 50,000 United States dollars over the next year. Keep your eyes open. Another critical element Bob Proctor emphasized was the company you keep. If you are trying to change your frequency, but you are surrounded by people who are constantly complaining, blaming the economy, and talking about how hard life is, you are fighting an uphill battle. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. For these 7 days, protect your energy. If you cannot physically distance yourself from negative people, mentally distance yourself. Do not engage in the drama.
Do not join in the complaint sessions. Put on your headphones and listen to something that elevates you. Think about the law of vibration. Everything in this universe vibrates. The wall behind you, the phone in your hand, your body. It is all energy at different rates of vibration. The only difference between one form of matter and another is the rate of vibration. Your thoughts control the vibration of your body. When you think thoughts of abundance, you move your body into a higher vibration. This higher vibration connects you with everything else on that same frequency. It is like a radio. You cannot hear the music on 99.5 FM if your dial is tuned to 88.3 AM. You must tune yourself to the frequency of what you want. Let us go deeper into the writing exercise. When you write your script, be specific. General requests get general results. Do not just say, "I want to be rich." That is vague. What does rich mean to you?
Is it 10,000 United States dollars in the bank? Is it a house by the ocean? Is it the freedom to travel? Define it. The subconscious mind loves specificity. It is like a guidance system on a missile. It needs coordinates. Give it the coordinates. And remember, no future tense. The subconscious only knows the now. If you say, "I will be happy," the subconscious keeps happiness in the future, always out of reach. You must claim it now. What often happens when people start this work is they encounter what Bob called the vacuum law of prosperity. You have to make space for the good you desire. If you are holding on to old grudges, old clothes you do not wear, or old limiting beliefs, there is no room for the new energy to come in. Clean your house, literally and metaphorically. Forgive those who have wronged you, not for them, but for you. Holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Release it.
Let it go. Say to yourself, I release everyone and everything from the past that has hurt me. I am free and they are free. As you move through these 7 days, pay attention to your internal dialogue. We all talk to ourselves all day long. What are you saying? Are you your own best cheerleader, or are you a bully? If you catch yourself saying, I am so stupid, why did I do that? Stop immediately. Cancel that thought. Replace it with, I am learning. I am growing. I am getting better every day. It sounds simple, perhaps too simple for the intellectual mind, but the power lies in the simplicity. Complex ideas entertain the conscious mind, but simple, repetitive ideas change the subconscious mind. Consider the story of the Wright brothers. They were not scientists with massive funding, they were bicycle mechanics. But they had an image in their mind of a machine that could fly. Everyone told them it was impossible. The laws of physics, as they were understood at the time, said it could not be done. But they held the image. They let that image sink into their subconscious until it became an obsession. They acted, they failed, they adjusted, and they acted again. They were operating on a different frequency than the rest of the world. Eventually, the physical world bent to their will, and we took flight. You have that same potential within you. You are building your own airplane, whatever that represents for you. Bob Proctor often spoke about the difference between reacting and responding. Most people react. The economy crashes, they panic. The boss yells, they get angry. That is a reaction. It is automatic and controlled by the outside world. Responding is different. Responding requires a pause. You see the event, you think, and then you choose how to act. When you are the master of your paradigm, you respond. You look at a setback and say, this is interesting. What can I learn from this? How can I turn this to my advantage? This shifts you from a victim to a victor instantly. During this 7-day challenge, you might feel exhausted. Changing a paradigm requires energy. Your brain is physically rewiring itself. New neural pathways are being formed, and old ones are being pruned away. It is mental surgery. So be kind to yourself. Drink plenty of water, get enough rest, but do not stop. The moment you feel like stopping is the moment you are closest to the breakthrough. That is the old paradigm fighting for its life. It knows that if you keep going, its control over you is over. Let us revisit the concept of faith versus fear. They both demand that you believe in something you cannot see. Fear is believing that something bad will happen in the future. Faith is believing that something good will happen. Why use your imagination to create a horror movie when you can use it to create a masterpiece? It takes the same amount of mental energy. The choice is yours. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. Which channel are you going to tune into today? The channel of disaster and lack, or the channel of opportunity and abundance? If you really want to supercharge this process, incorporate gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate frequency shifter. It is impossible to feel fear and gratitude at the same time. They cannot occupy the same space. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you are telling the universe, more of this, please. Be grateful for the money you have, even if it is just $1 United States dollar. Be grateful for the air in your lungs. Be grateful for the device you are watching this on. Gratitude puts you in a harmonious vibration with the source of all supply. Now, as we continue to explore the depths of your potential, understand that this information is not new. It has been around for thousands of years. It has been written in ancient texts, spoken by philosophers, and taught by modern masters like Bob Proctor. The secret is not in the information itself. The secret is in the application. Knowing it does nothing. Doing it changes everything. There is a vast difference between knowing the path and walking the path.